Genesis chapters 12 to 50, the foundational section of the Bible. After the creation, fall, flood, and the scattering at Babel, God shifts his focus from the whole world to one man and his family. Through Abraham and his descendants, God reveals his plan of redemption, a plan not based on human effort, but on divine grace. Let us explore the lives of the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph, and how God's covenant of grace unfolds through their stories. 1. The call of Abraham. A covenant begins, Genesis chapters 12 to 25. In Genesis chapter 12, God calls a man named Abram, living in a pagan land, to leave his country, his people, and his father's household to go to a land God would show him. This call marks the beginning of the covenant of grace. God promises Abraham three key things: a great nation, descendants, a land, Canaan, a blessing to all nations, Messiah through his lineage. I will bless those who bless you, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. Genesis chapter 12 verse 3. Despite setbacks and personal failures, like lying about his wife Sarah in Egypt, or having a child with Hagar, Ishmael, out of impatience, God remains faithful. In Genesis chapter 15, God formalizes his covenant with Abram, and in Genesis chapter 17, changes his name to Abraham, meaning, father of many. God asks Abraham to walk blamelessly before him and gives circumcision as a sign of the covenant. In a powerful test of faith, God later commands Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, his promised son. Abraham obeys, and God provides a ram instead, a foreshadowing of Jesus, the ultimate substitute. 2. Isaac. The covenant passed down, Genesis chapter 21, 24 to 27. Isaac, the son of promise, is born to Abraham and Sarah in their old age. Though less prominent in Genesis, Isaac plays a crucial role in continuing the covenant line. He marries Rebekah, and they have twin sons, Esau and Jacob. Isaac often mirrors his father's steps, facing famine, repeating Abraham's mistake of lying about his wife, and settling in the promised land. God reaffirms the Abrahamic covenant to Isaac. I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars, and through your offspring all nations will be blessed. Genesis chapter 26 verse 4. Despite family conflict and favoritism between Esau and Jacob, God's plan moves forward, not because of perfect people, but because of his unchanging promise. 3. Jacob. From deceiver to Israel, Genesis chapters 25 to 36. Jacob, the younger twin, deceives both his brother and father to receive the birthright and blessing. After fleeing to avoid Esau's wrath, he experiences God's grace in a dream at Bethel, where God confirms the covenant to him. Jacob's life is marked by transformation. He works 14 years for Laban to marry Rachel, the woman he loves. He wrestles with God and receives a new name, Israel, meaning, he struggles with God. He returns to Canaan with his family, now a growing tribe. Jacob fathers 12 sons, who become the 12 tribes of Israel. His personal journey, from a cunning schemer to a man who trusts God, illustrates how grace patiently works in imperfect people. 4. Joseph. Providence through pain, Genesis chapters 37 to 50. Joseph, the favored son of Jacob and Rachel, is sold into slavery by his jealous brothers. Yet in Egypt, God's hand remains on him. Through betrayal, false accusation, and imprisonment, Joseph remains faithful. Eventually, he rises to become Pharaoh's second in command, overseeing the land during a great famine. The climax of his story is found in his words to his brothers: "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive." Genesis chapter 50 verse 20. Joseph's life reveals God's sovereign grace at work even in suffering. Through Joseph, the family of Israel is preserved and positioned for the next great chapter, the Exodus. The covenant of grace continues. From Genesis chapter 12 to 50, we see the covenant of grace unfolding through the lives of ordinary people chosen by God. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph each reveal a different aspect of God's character: his faithfulness, mercy, discipline, and sovereignty. Despite human weakness, God never breaks his promises. The covenant made with Abraham ultimately points to Jesus Christ, the true seed through whom all nations would be blessed. The patriarchs lived by faith in the promises of God, looking forward to a greater fulfillment. As believers today, we stand on the same covenant of grace, fulfilled in Christ and extended to all who believe.